What's up, Mr. O here, and today we're gonna learn about polynomials and their zeros. Zeros talks about roots, x-intercept, or the x values. They all meant the same thing, so don't be scared if the question is what is root and then x-intercept or what's the solution. They all mean the same thing, okay? So if you're given, say, x minus 2, x plus 5, x plus 3, okay, equals 0. If you're being asked to find all the roots, just basically solve for the x for each of them. So this will be x minus 2 equals 0, x plus 5 is equal to 0, x plus 3 is equal to 0. Solve for the x, plus 2, so therefore x equal to 2. Negative 5, so therefore x equal to negative 5. Minus 3, so therefore x is equal to negative 3. Very simple, right? One more. If you're given x, 3x plus 2, x minus 5, and 5x minus 4 equals 0. So with this, you are going to split them again to multiple factors because you're given the factored form. Here, there's an x in the beginning of the equation, so that's already x equals 0. That's a separate factor. 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. 5x minus 4 is equal to 0. Oh, I skipped the x minus 5 is equal to 0. Solve it. This is already isolated, so that's the answer. You're going to subtract 2. So 3x is equal to negative 2 divided by 3. So x equals to negative 2/3. Plus 4 there. So 5x equal to 4 divided by 5. X equal to 4 over 5. Plus 5 here, plus 5 there. So therefore x equals to 5. Very simple, right? These examples are you're given in a factored form. But what if you're not given a factored form? It means that you have to factor it. For example, number 3. 2x cubed minus 13x squared plus 15x equals 0. You have to remember and relearn again the big boy factoring or baby factoring here and the factor by GCF. Look at the problem. 2x cubed minus 13x squared plus 15x. They all have something in common, which is x. So what goes inside the parentheses? It gives us 2x squared minus 13x plus 15. Right? Now, if you will focus only in this part here, that can be solved using big boy factoring. Review. How do we do big boy factoring? You're going to multiply 2 and 15. It gives you x squared minus 13x plus 30. And remember, there's an x outside. What are the factors of this? 30 goes with 15 and 2. When you multiply two numbers, when you multiply them, it gives you 30. When you add them, it gives you 13. 15 and 2. The question here is a sign. Since that is positive, this negative, will it work? No, it won't work. So if I try x plus 2, x minus 15, will that work? This will give you negative 13. Although, it's not going to give you a positive 30, so that won't work. So I have to try something else. I see that I can do x, 10, and 3. 10 times 3 is 30, but it has to give you a negative 13, so I'm going to use negative, and drop the x there. But remember, you multiply it by 2. Divide this by 2, divide by 2. Right? So now you're going to bring the 2 up there. So it gives you x 2x minus 3. Can you divide 10 by 2? Yes, it will be x minus 5. Now, our work is already in factor form like what we did in numbers 1 and 2. So we can solve for the x here. X equals 0, 2x minus 3 is equal to 0, and x minus 5 is equal to 0. Solve for the x, we'll give you add 3 here, add 3 there, we'll give you 2x equals to 3. So therefore, 2x equals 3, we will divide by 2, x equal to 3 halves. 0. And add 5 here, add 5 there, x equal to 5. Okay, there you have it. And that's how you find the zeros if you're given factored form or if you're given a polynomial function wherein you have to still baby factor or big boy factor it. Okay, I hope you learned something. Kaboom!